Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Saturday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in the US, and we're heading to Houston, Texas. And of course, been with the HCU Huskies women's basketball team. Of course, they've got two big games coming up this week. And of course, we've got two amazing Aussie players from the HCU team to tell us a bit about it. Thanks both for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
No worries. Well, I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us which local basketball associations back home you all played for.
My name's Amy Cotton, and I played for Forestville Eagles back in Adelaide.
And I'm Yasmin Butler, and I played for the Illawarra Hawks in New South Wales.
Now, of course, you're coming off a loss against Texas A&M. What did you learn from that game?
We learned that we have to prepare a lot better as a team, like coming in, knowing scout, and just being confident within ourselves. I think like a few of us were confident like in our abilities and us like knowing the scout. So like going into tomorrow's game, we have to be a lot better at just coming in with like more confidence, knowing that we know what we need to know to get the win.
Yeah, good. Just executing like what they tell us in the scout and stuff.
Of course, you do have time to bounce back. You're at home to Nichols on Saturday your time, which is Sunday our time. Tell us, how's the preparations been like?
So we've just been going over film every day, and they played last night, so we all watched the game, just like seeing how they work as a team. And they've got a new coach and some new players come in, so just like learning like how these new players have added to their game since they've been there.
How important is it to bounce back, especially to, I guess, kickstart your conference play, with at least a split?
Yeah, I think it's very important for us to come in, like, especially at home, come and get our first win at home for conference, because conference is like a big time of the year that we are, and like all teams want to do well, but specifically us, we would definitely want to do well. And we know that we can with like, if we do the right things, we'll definitely do what we need to do. Yeah.
The team's pretty much split a non-conference schedule. What was the one game that stands out to both of you?
Definitely Wichita State. Going there and beating them on their home floor was definitely what we needed for a confidence booster for everyone in our team, and like for us moving forward. Like we were away for like 7 days. I think we played Texas Tech, then Wichita, then Kansas. So those like 3 games on the road definitely helped us and are going to help us like compete and play well in conference for sure.
To be fair as well, obviously you just mentioned those 3 schools that you played against. Obviously they're pretty big schools that you played. I guess what did you learn from those ones, and hopefully going into the conference things?
What we learned was that like we just have to play together. We can't play like individual basketball, especially like against big schools like that, but definitely in conference, playing together as a team and like getting everyone involved, like scoring wise, rebounding. Everyone has to do their job in order for us to win. It can't be just like 1 or 2 players doing the scoring, doing the rebounding. Like we need everyone to contribute.
Tell us a bit about your amazing coaches.
We've got Donna, Finney, Taylor and Grace are our assistant coaches. And like Donna's so great, just on and off the court, like off court. She's so like, I've been sick for a while, but she checked on me. She got me all the stuff I needed, and like she got me back into it. And then on court, she just like talks to us all and just gets us through like what she wants from us. She'll just tell us, and we just have to provide that for her. And she's just really good at that.
Now, is there any particular teammates on your team we should watch out for the rest of the conference play, and you can't include yourselves or each other?
You definitely have to watch out for D Collins. She's our star player. I would say that like we need her to play well in order to win for sure.
Watching her play, I guess obviously you got a chance to play with her. Is there a particular game that you had a chance to just sort of go in awe of how good she is on the court?
I think the way that she plays, like she gets everyone involved, and we also have to get her involved in playing as well. Like for me as like a big, like seeing her like have mismatches is important. So I'll have to step outside and feed it into her, and then she'll also be able to like feed it out to me to hit the three, or like any of our other shooters. So yeah.
And she's just like a powerhouse. She's our best scorer and like always a completer, like for rebounds and everything. I think I don't know if she got like a double. There's some games she's just done really well, just like consistently, and like she is consistent throughout like every game. She puts in the effort all the time.
Is there any particular team in your conference that you haven't played yet that you'll love to beat? Is there one particular team?
I mean, they're all good fun to beat, but one definitely is Southeastern, because they've come in as like the preseason conference favorites to win it all. So to beat them would be nice. Yeah.
I have to ask, whereabouts are you ranked in the conference at the moment, or going into the conference play?
I'm not too sure. I think they ranked us like maybe 7th, 6th or 7th, something like that. They ranked us pretty low. So we're going to take that. We're going to take that, have a chip in our shoulder, and definitely play with that throughout conference for sure.
I'm glad you've almost answered my next question I was going to ask. So how much of a motivation to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder?
Motivation for sure. Like, especially because we have 2 seniors that are graduating. Like, we're doing it for them, but like we're also doing it for us as well, because we don't want them to go out like their senior year like on a low. We want to finish on a high and definitely either win the tournament or our conference and look to play like postseason games.
Now let's talk a bit about both your basketball journeys. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
I started, I think it was 7 years ago. I just like, one of my high school teachers said, do you want to come join the rep team? So I did that, and like I've been in the rep side ever since. And then I got like into the state program, and they took care of me. Like I was really new, but I was pretty tall. So they just like worked me through that. I got in the state team. Then I broke my foot and we had COVID. So I missed a couple of years, but I got back for like the last year before we came over, and I talked to some recruiters, and they sent me to JUCO in North Dakota for the first year and a half. I went over like a half year early as a freshman, and like I went and played there, and it was a great experience just being like out of home and just in a different country and just playing basketball, and I think that was great. And then I finished my full freshman year there, and I wanted to move just because it was so much winter there. I couldn't deal with it was so cold. So I went to the transfer portal, and Donna like saw me and she picked me up, and so I've been here ever since for this year. And like it's just been so good just to get an experience out of like across the world, play basketball, and I get a free education out of it. So that's great.
Yeah. So I started back playing for Forestville. I think I must have been like 10 or something like that, something young. And ever since I played for Forestville, I've gone through like the state program, playing NBL1 for Forestville as well. I even got into like an Australian squad when I was in under 18s, and then like from there I just been recruited from all sorts of different colleges, schools and coaches, and then I just chose to come here, and I've stayed here ever since because I've loved it. And yeah, don't need to change what's not broken.
Now you might as well tell us, what position do you play on the court? And if you had a dream position, we'd love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be? Be honest.
I play center. I'm pretty happy with my position. At the moment, I'm happy there.
I play like power forward, center a little bit, and my dream position is definitely point guard. I'd love to play the point.
How's that going, Amy? Trying to convince your coaches to be a point guard?
Oh, not that great.
Now that you're together on the same team, have you ever played against each other back home?
Surprisingly, no, we haven't at all. Yeah, I didn't even know who Yaz was until she came. Yeah. Yeah.
ask this as a follow-up then. How good is to play with each other on the same team there at HCU?
I love it.
Yeah, me
Love
too.
Amy. Like we connect instantly. It's just been great just to be able to play with her and get to know her. I think it's great. Yeah.
I second that.
I know, Amy, that you played with a couple of Aussies on throughout your time there at HCU.
Yeah.
What makes Yasmin a bit more special than the others that you've played alongside?
Ooh. I mean, like everyone's different. So Yaz is different from what Lauren and Abby was. I think like Yaz and I definitely clicked instantly. So that what makes makes Yaz a bit different from the others. And yeah, we just clicked and we stayed by each other's side ever since.
Yeah.
Yasmin, I need to ask you this, considering obviously you're from the beautiful part of New South Wales in Wollongong. And of course, as you mentioned, you said your club of Illawarra Horse, which actually won the under-14 nationals recently. I guess any highlights throughout your time at Illawarra?
I think I can't remember what year it was. I think maybe under 16s we won like the what's that called? What's it?
Like,
The rep championship. Yeah, just like we won the competition for rep, and like I think that was the highlight. Like we had a great team, we had some great coaches, and we just pulled it all together. And like I don't think we weren't set to win it. Like we came against Aubrey and they'd won every single game, and we just like got them back at the end. And I think that was just a really good moment for us.
And what did it mean to you to have to see the Mighty Hawks under-14 girls smashing it down here in Melbourne?
So good. Like I love seeing the younger years just producing so much. Like to know that they're coming up through the club just to make us stronger throughout is just so great and brings more attention to us. I think it's great.
Now, Amy, I know Forestville has won a fair few classics down here in Melbourne over the years. Were you involved in one of them? And how good is it to win down here in Melbourne, if so?
Yeah, I won one of them. I think it was when I was first year under 18s. And it felt great. It felt great. Obviously winning classics. Like I think from the start of the season, we like as a club, we always work up to going to nationals, and winning it is definitely a goal. And to do that in Melbourne when we're definitely rivals with a lot of Melbourne teams is just like it's just great. Yeah.
Okay, so two-part question to this, Amy. You mentioned about your rivals down here in Melbourne. Is there one particular team in Melbourne that's a little bit more sweeter than the others?
For sure. Bullying. Bullying has always been yeah. I feel like a lot of clubs is bullying as well.
Now, I'm pretty sure I was there when you beat Bulleen in classics. One of the when you mentioned when you won it. So how good was it to hold the trophy and especially the medal around your neck?
Oh, it was a nice feeling. Like it's one of those feelings that you like remember for the rest of your life, and will definitely be telling like your kids like when they come through, and like I don't know, maybe if they do play basketball, like I would want them to do the same thing as well. But yeah, no, it was a good feeling, and one that I hope like other kids from like our club can do the same thing.
Why did both you choose HCU?
I chose HCU because like obviously Houston is it's like a big city, and I didn't want to go to like a small city where I felt like I was locked up all day, like experiencing winter like 6 months of the year. I didn't want that. So Houston, like a good location, good what do you call it? Like it's basically summer all year round except for like 2 weeks in the winter. And then I love when I met Donna. Well, didn't get a visit because of COVID, but like when I spoke to her and the coach was on the phone, like I feel like I connected instantly and created a good relationship with her. And then also knowing that there was other internationals on the team helped a lot, because like they would understand what it's like to come to a different country and live for the first time ever. So like having that definitely helped me pull me to come here to HCU.
Pretty much the same. I mean, where I was before, I needed a change from the winter, and Houston's the exact opposite of that. Like, it's been hot pretty much since I got here, so that's been great. And then when I spoke to Donna, like, she was so just really easy to speak to, and like we got on really well from the first recruiting call, and like that was just great. And then the international presence, having like a couple of Australians on the team, it really helped just know that it was a good place to go. And it's not a massive school, and that's kind of what I wanted, like a smaller school where I could be in like smaller classes, and it's easier to like learn with the teachers and stuff, and to know everyone on campus. And I think that just like really attracted me, and so here I am.
What does the sport of basketball mean to both of you?
For me, it means a lot. Like growing up playing it, I've always had like dreams and ambitions of playing overseas. So being able to do that, and like looking back when I was younger and having that as a dream was definitely something like I like. Yeah, and what keeps me going.
I love being on a team, and basketball gives that to me. Like, I like being around people, like-minded people, and playing a sport that we all love. And it's just been like a consistent, I mean, not for very long because I started when I was 12, whatever, but it's been like the last 7 years, however long I've played, it's been just a consistent that like you can always go to basketball and have all these people around you that just are like-minded, and you're ready to like do something together. I think that's great.
Important question I'm going to ask. What have both of you learnt from each other on and off the court?
For me, on the court with Yaz, you can't shoot over her. She's swatting that to the 7th row. Yeah, you can't do that.
Amy's just really wise about everything in basketball. Like, because she's been here a couple more years than me, any questions I had, she's always here to help, and like she's my go-to if I don't know anything. She like teaches me everything on the court, though, so she's great for that.
What I've learned like off the court about Yaz is that she's a good kid. She's taller than me, but she's still a kid. I'm older, so I can say that. But yeah, that she has like things that she wants to do in life, and like I know that she's gonna do whatever it takes to like accomplish those things. And like even if I'm on the other side of the world from where she's at, like I'll still be proud of her and everything that she ends up doing in her life.
Amy's just a great person off the court. Like, she took me in under her wing straight away, and like all her friends are my friends now. Like, it's all just like she introduced me to such a good community, and like just because she's such a good person in herself, it just works so well. So like she like helped me set up myself here, and I'm so grateful for that.
How's the support been like from back home?
It's all right. My parents, like, I don't speak to them every day, but like I speak to them at least like a few times a week, and they're always like supporting me, always like asking how things are going, and like if I ever need anything, like they'll get it to me like instantly or as quick as it can come, or whatever I need, like they'll make sure that like I get it. So yeah.
My parents, we text a bit. Like, they always watch the games, like every single game they'll watch, and they always want to know what's going on. But like, just to know there's someone always there is great. Like, and have that communication, whether the way like calling or just texting, it's just nice to know that there's always somewhere I can go back to when it's not great here.
I know obviously you're focusing on the conference play at the moment, and I know both of you still got maybe another year or two still left. Any ambitions that both of you want to do in basketball once you finish college?
For me, I want to play overseas, see if that works out or anything. But if not, I'd like to get into coaching, like whether it is over here as like starting out as a GA and then becoming an assistant and coaching like that, or like going back home and coaching and playing. I'm not too sure just yet. We'll see how the body feels after senior year.
At the moment, I'm just happy to finish college, hopefully finish on a high, have a good year. If everything works out and basketball can take me somewhere else, like I'll follow it just because it's taken me so far. But yeah, just college is pretty much, with basketball wise, it's what I'm looking at right now.
Two-part question. First part is, what would be your advice for people back home that should get involved in basketball? And the second part of that question is similar along the lines of, will be your advice to people that should support the mighty HC Huskies throughout the rest of the conference play?
For people getting into basketball, I'd say you just gotta go try out for everything, put in the effort, like go to the trainings and do your own work by yourself and like get shots up and whatever, and then go and try out for everything, because you never know, like if you have like the passion to do it, a coach is going to see that, and then like they can pick you up they can work on your skills, but you better have like a drive for the game to get there.
And I think like to add to the second part of your question, like we need all the support and help that we can get. Like even if you are watching on ESPN Plus back home, like we know that, and it makes us want to play better and like be better as a team, because we don't want to let like people that are supporting us down. Yeah.
Now let's finish off a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this past season, and what was it? Oh.
It was Amy, and she took a massive tumble. No one was around her. It wasn't even a line on the court. She was just running back and fell down on the body, rolled around or something. And everyone, like, I was flabbergasted. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my goodness. It's fun.
Now, do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I do not. But
Yeah,
Amy.
I have quite a few, honestly. Like I have to have 2 pieces of gum before the game. I listen to music before the game. I play like a Sudoku game before the game, and I'll start warming up my shots at 68 minutes. Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, Amy, I need to ask you this as the follow-up. So you just mentioned about, you got to have a shot at 68 minutes. Do you time it to the very minute or second?
Yeah, I do.
Have you ever gone like a little bit early or a little bit late to the second?
I might be a little bit late sometimes, but no, most of the time I'm on 68 minutes.
That's a good effort. That's actually a pretty good effort.
Yeah.
So who's the comedian, the best singer, and internet TikTok / Be Real on the team?
Oh.
I'm the comedian and I'm the best singer.
Damn.
And then on the team, like Erin and Joe will be like TikToks, right?
Yeah, Erin, Joe, and Ken.
Yeah.
Definitely into those.
Yeah.
The TikTok
And the dancing, yeah.
and the dancing. Yeah, that's not for me.
And how's the Australian accent going around your teammates?
Most people sound British.
Mm.
You're close. You're not close enough.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So it's still got a lot of work to do.
So none of them are close at all.
I feel like a few might be close, but it's still not given what needs to be given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you convinced any of them to join both you back home either at Wollongong or in Adelaide?
I've talked to a few people about coming back home, but we'll see if that ever happens. Honestly,
Yeah.
we'll see.
They all say they'll come for a holiday just because it looks so nice. I say you're welcome anytime, but sometimes it's an expensive flight.
Yeah.
That's true. So how's the American accent going for both of you?
Mine's tragic.
It's so bad.
I'm not even gonna try
No,
anymore.
there's no-
Yes.
Yasmin?
Oh, mine's really bad.
Oh, okay. Describe your team as many words as you like.
I think we're a very young team, but we work like we're great off the court. Just we come together, like spend time with each other, and then on the court we're just learning because we've got so many freshmen and like a couple of seniors, whatever. We're just learning still just to play with one another and how each other plays, so we can all just work well together. But like we communicate well and whatever. Like I think we'll be great once we get properly in the swing of conference.
No, I think she's spot on.
Now, going back to the Aussie accent for a moment, around your teammates, is there one particular word or saying or phrase that they've mocked both of you on?
Is no. That's it. No.
No.
Something like that. I say it.
No.
Yeah.
And too easy. They don't understand what too easy is.
Yeah.
Like you go like something, oh, that's too easy, and they go, what's that? Like, it's not.
Because I do notice Americans like to drag our nose, don't they?
They do. They love it.
Any words or sayings that both of you picked up when you say like an American accent?
I say y'all a lot. Like y'all.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do too. Y'all. It's so convenient.
It is.
Y'all.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm going to finish with this very last one. Now, you come from, you transferred from North Dakota down to Texas. So I'm sure it's better to play in the warm than the cold, I'm assuming.
100%, yeah.
What was it like going from the cold, the freezing cold, and did you get snow up there? And then going all the way to the complete opposite end?
Yeah, so it snowed for like 6 months when I was there last year. We had like blizzards in like February, March. So it was real cold. And now here, like even today, it's, I don't know, 14, 12 degrees or something. And I'm happy to walk around in shorts and a jumper. Everyone else has got the trackies on and all that stuff. Like so like even in Williston when I was there, like I would walk around at like -10 degrees in my shorts just because it was a quick walk. But like I'm so used to the cold, like I'm okay with any heat, any cold now. I'm just so happy with it.
Both of you, it is awesome having both of you on the show. Best of luck tomorrow, and let's hope you can kickstart your conference play with a split, and especially having that home win in front of your amazing crowd there at Houston. And hopefully I'll be over there at Houston later this year, calendar year, and supporting the Mighty Huskies in next season. But for this season in particular, hopefully all goes well, and we'll be cheering for you from back here in Melbourne.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you
you
for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. And that's Yasmin and Amy there. Join us from the HCU Huskies team. And of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can support them throughout the season. Of course, you can also watch the team on ESPN+. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.